Riya. That means showing off. The word riya comes from ru'ya. Ru'ya is seeing or sight. When the person has riya, he shows off to be seen. He shows off. Yeah, riya means he shows himself to be seen. It's like goes back and forth. Something that he puts out and something he wants to take into. Shows himself so that he will be seen. That's a major sin. You have no reward for your deed while you have insincerity, doing it for other than the sake of Allah. We covered that yesterday or last time. So there's some other very serious sins of the heart. And let me remind you of the hadith that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa ala alihi wasallam said, "Fil jasadi mudghah." That's so sloppy. He said, alayhi salatu wassalam, "Fil jasadi mudghah." Within the body. In the body, fil jasadi mudghah, in the body is a chunk of flesh. A mudghah. It's like, yeah, it's a chunk of flesh. إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله. إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله. When it's good, when it has salah, salah al jasad, then all of the body will have salah. Kulluhu. If it is good, the body will be good entirely. Or when, either when it is good, all of the body will be good. وَإِذَا فَسَدَتْ فَسَدَ الْجَسَدُ كله. وَإِذَا فَسَدَتْ فَسَدَ الْجَسَدُ كله. And when it is corrupt or spoiled, maybe rotten, rotten shall be the body, all of it. When it is good, good shall be the body, all of it. When it is rotten, rotten shall be the body, all of it. This means the limbs will follow the heart. That's how you have an idea of your own heart, by seeing what comes from your limbs. What do you see from your limbs? Do you see profanity and lies and stealing glances at the other gender and stealing, etc., etc.? Then that's an indication for you of the case of your heart. And if you see the good from your limbs, you pray, you fast, and etc., you give charity sincerely, you are not impressed with yourself, you are not conceited, then that's good. Your heart is good, then your limbs will be good. And you correct your intention, you have no problems here. With correcting your intention, for example, doing your obligations, avoiding sins. That's an indication of how your heart is. So the heart is the master organ. And knowing about these sins of the heart is very, very, very important. Or else you will probably be a bad person. Insincerity, that's going to make you a bad person, even though you might not be hurting anyone. That's going to make you a bad person because you're a major sinner. You're insincere. Uh, some things go along with that too. What else? Arrogance. This one, kibr. Kibr, kaf, ba, ra. It means the person thinks he's big. He's arrogant. Mutakabbir. This one has two facets. Well, the source of it is the heart. And the first way it appears is rejecting the truth. Rejecting the truth. رد الحق على قائله, throwing the truth back to the one who says it. Why would someone do that? Most of the people don't like the truth, first of all. Allah tells us in the Quran. أكثر الناس للحق كارهون. Most of the people of the truth are dislikers. They are averse. Most of the people are averse to the truth. So you don't want to be there. Why would somebody reject the truth? Because he has sickness in his heart. And because of this sickness in his heart, he would say, who are you? I'm rich. Who are you? I'm older than you. Who are you? Woman? Be quiet, woman. Like this. It's arrogant. Now, if you find in yourself that the truth bothered you, someone told you the truth and it bothered you, you need to check yourself. These sins of the heart, you can have them without realizing that they are there. That's the benefit of learning. Then you're going to check yourself. And the other side of arrogance is having contempt for people. Having contempt for people. This means the people are to you nothing. Who are these peasants? Who are these peons here? These hillbillies and these country bumpkins. Who are these ones? Do you know who I am? This is a sin of the heart, and sometimes it comes out of the eye. This one, when he does that with his eye, he has a sin of the eye too. He might do it with his eye, knowingly or unknowingly. Yani knowingly, because really he is inside a very rotten person. And he really thinks he is like that. And he really thinks you are scum. And he will look at you and he will let you know, just by his eye, how he feels about you on purpose. That's the sin of the eye. Or even not on purpose, it's still a sin of the eye, though. That's why you got to watch yourself. Because when I say even not on purpose, I mean this is something could just be embedded in this person's heart. So he's going to look at a person. He's not going to think twice and say, now let me now intend to look at him sideways. He doesn't even intend. He's just going to do it. This sin, it is feared that if a person has it in his heart that he will die as a kafir. Yani, this sin, that's one of its, that's a shu'um. Shu'um of this sin. Shu'um. Shu'um means misfortune. Or I like to say anti-blessing. So you want to clear yourself from this sickness here. If you find it in yourself, push it away. But a Muslim, though, is better than a kafir. So that's not haram to believe and have in your heart. It's because that's true. That's confirmed in the Quran. Yani, it's not a sin for you to say, I'm better than this kafir. That's not arrogance. That's iman, actually. That's belief. That's correct. What else do we have amongst these sins of the heart? Also, very, very ugly one. And amongst the most dangerous, harmful ones is envy, hasad. What is this? This is a feeling, an emotion. It is a feeling of bitterness. And what motivates this bitterness or triggers it is that someone has something nice. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Someone had something nice and that bothered you. Now, if you don't say anything or do anything and you just only feel bothered about something nice that someone has, well, you need to check yourself, but you don't have a sin here. It's serious. A person will be like this. Might even like, again, you don't know what's in your heart sometimes, your own heart. So you want to strive to clean it. Don't overestimate yourself in these cases. So if he just doesn't say anything to anyone or do anything to anyone and he's just bitter, he or she, then there's no sin. The sin will be when, and he fights it too. And he fights it too. He doesn't say anything, doesn't uh, do anything. The feeling is there. He might want to do something, but he fights that. He doesn't. That means, yeah, he has to hate that. That's what we learned. Then there's no sin here. It's going to be when he lets this feeling push him to do something. When it is strong enough to drive him, then we'll say, yeah, you and your ugly wife, because envious, for example. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Like this. What he might do, he might slash your tires. He might burn your house down, actually. That's why it says dangerous, this sin. It was said that the first sin in the heavens was envy, and the first sin on earth was envy. As for the first sin in the heavens being envy, it refers to the envy of Satan for Adam, an envy that drove him to blaspheme altogether. Very harmful. Yeah, some scholars said it appeared that before Adam was created, that genie was fine. His name was Azazel then, not Iblis yet. They said it appears he was fine before Adam was created. Yani, it appears he had a high status. He lived in paradise amongst the angels. He was a jinn, though. And then Allah created him. Allah created Adam and made Adam better than him. Just to say it as it is. Allah created Adam and made Adam better than him. What did he say? He said, Ana khayrun min. I am better than him. He's arrogant too. He's sick. Yani, what they are saying, some of those scholars, is it appears that when Adam was created and his status became apparent, that's when he flipped. That's when Azazel flipped. Yeah, you imagine. So you can't take it. Him? And as for the envy on the earth, it was the envy of Cain for his brother Abel. Cain, the one who murdered his brother. He was a Muslim. Both of them were Muslims. It was said that what started it was a girl. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. One of the daughters of Adam. Her name was Aqlima, and she was lovely. Now, this sin of envy, when you talk about it, that opens the door to talk about something else very important, which is the evil eye. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Al-ainu haqq." The evil eye is real. And Sheikh Abdullah says that the evil eye is not supernatural. Not supernatural. Yani, what he actually says is it's adi. It's normal. Normal means it's not supernatural. Supernatural is not normal. When he says normal, he's saying it's part of this world. What does water do? Doesn't water make things cool? What does fire do? Doesn't fire make things, and doesn't it burn? This is normal. This is how the world is, part of the world. It's not supernatural. It's a reason for harm. Min al-asbab al-adiyah, that's what he called it. Min al-asbab al-adiyah, amongst the normal reasons, a normal reason. Reason for what? For something to be harmed. How does it work? There would be someone who has filth in his heart, such as envy, and such as kibr, and such as another sin we'll mention, inshallah, after this one. A person has filth in his heart, and then he sees something. He sees something that impresses him. And then he speaks about it. And then that thing will be harmed. So he'll say, for example, oh, your baby's so beautiful. Look how that seems so innocent there. Oh, nice car. I like your rims. All sorts of things. Anything. Who I'm afraid for? I'm afraid for celebrities, high profile people, and very beautiful people. It was said that there was a reciter, an Egyptian reciter, who was blind. He had very beautiful eyes. He was walking with his father. And someone said, these eyes are the eyes of the children of the kings, or something like this. He went blind since. There's a hadith where two companions broke away from the rest of the group, and they were at a place where there were some boulders, and there was water running down from between the boulders. And one of them took his shirt off and got under the water. And the other one said, your skin is more beautiful than a virgin's skin. And then that one who took his shirt off, he fell unconscious. And the Prophet ﷺ got angry about this. And he said, why would one of you harm his brother? He said he should have asked Allah to bless him. Meaning, this is the way to repel the evil eye, even from yourself. Because you're not overestimating yourself here and thinking of yourself, you have such clean, pristine heart. So to protect the person, in case you have filth in your heart and you wanted to compliment him, you'll say, your baby's so beautiful, mashallah. Mention the name of Allah. Nice car, may Allah protect it for you. Like this. And you can hit yourself with the ayn, al-ayn. Called al-ayn. Al-aynu haqq. The evil eye is real. How could you hit yourself with the ayn? By having filth in your heart, being impressed with yourself. Maybe one day you got so fresh, so nice. And then you looked at yourself from head to toe and you saw yourself in the mirror. Then you said something. Look at you, or something. You hit yourself with the ayn. If you have an endowment, you don't have to display it to the people. Unless it's a benefit. If there's a benefit, then do so. A lot of the people most of the people don't work on their hearts. They are oblivious to these things. They don't work on themselves, unfortunately, amongst the Muslims. I'm talking about the Muslims, really. Kafir's case already gone. Has all of this in his heart. Yeah, unless Allah made it soft, for example, or something. Could be there's kafir who's not envious one. It could be. There are, Yani. There are. The envious one, what do they call them these days? Haters. There are kuffar who are not haters. There are people who are genuinely happy for the goodness that you have. That's how you want to be. You don't want to be an envious one. So if someone has an endowment, you want to be happy for it. Even if that was something you wanted. What if he married the girl you wanted? So you're going to hate him now? No. Be happy for it. Inshallah. I say, subhanallah. May Allah bless them. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. This is a nice religion. MashaAllah. Also, you're going to protect yourself from the evil eye by saying your tahseen fortification. Morning and evening. I mean, after dawn and after sunset. After dawn and after sunset, what you're going to recite? Recite Al-Mu'awwidhat, Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. Also what? Al-Fatiha, Ayatul Kursi. Also, there's some things that came from the Prophet ﷺ for protection. Things that you could say and then nothing will harm you. The Prophet said about a person, had he said, A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammat min sharri ma khalaq. 3 times, nothing would have harmed him. The Prophet is truthful, alayhi salatu wassalam. And some other things. So I wrote all that out right there. Yani, you're going to take this seriously. I'm reminding myself. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, most of his nation dies from the ayn. So then the Muslim yani, he has to protect himself. Yani, at least try to. There are means for him to do something. All of this could take you 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Then that's good. That means that either you know how to do these things while you are doing other things, you're multitasking, while you're washing dishes or while you're driving or while you're doing whatever you're doing, saying these, or it means you're going to stop doing anything and say these. Sit down, for example, say them, take some time out of your, right, after Maghrib, just stay sitting there, for example, and say them. Cross your legs, get comfortable position there, say those, and then go. These first three times each, but 1 time is still beneficial. 1 time each is still beneficial. These 2 here, Al-Fatiha and Ayatul Kursi, you can do them from 1 time each to 7 times each. And you can recite this on your children and your family. Sheikh Abdullah told me this is the strongest ruqyah. Fatiha and Ayatul Kursi from 1 time up to 7 times. One time each, two times each, yani one time, or two times and two times, and three times and three times, up to 7 times. Yani, what are you going to do? You're going to get your kid or kids who are running around and tell them after Maghrib, after Fajr, and tell them, come, sit down. Come here. And with correct recitation, put your hand on his head or her head, and then recite Al-Fatiha, Ayatul Kursi 1 time, 2 times. If it's too little, 7 might be hard. And notice what I said to here. I didn't say more than your family. I didn't say to you, go become a Raqi. Now go. Go out to the people and recite upon their heads and exorcise them. Do exorcisms and bring the devils out of the possessed people. And no, don't do all of that. Just, for yourself, recite. For your kids, recite. For your wife, recite, for example. Put your hand on her head, recite for her, or on her shoulder or back or whatever. And also, if you recite on one person and then that person is touching another person, then it's like you're reciting on both of them. Like your wife has a baby and you're reciting on your wife while she's holding the baby. It's like you're reciting on both of them. Now, I can say a lot more here, but I don't want to because I want to say other things. There's still another sin that I want to tell you about today, which is the sin of conceit. I before E, except after C. Conceit, which is called ujub. It means you are impressed with yourself. You think you are like that. But the sin is when that's in your good deeds. Having conceit in your good deeds. That's what we learned. The sin is when that's in your good deeds. It means you thought about how you pray, how you fast, etc. Any good deeds you do. And then he said, I am pretty good at that. SubhanAllah, mashallah. Well, what can I say? Allah just made me like that. What can I say? And so you are impressed with yourself from the good that you see coming from yourself. And you don't, and when I just said, a person said, Allah made me like that. But the sin is that the person does not recognize really that Allah is the one who made him like. He's impressed with himself. He sees himself as praiseworthy for the good that he sees coming from himself. Now, if you have this feeling while you are doing your deed, then you have no reward. But if you have this feeling after you do the deed, which means you thought about what you did and how good you did it, and then you were impressed with yourself, then you will not lose the reward for your deed here. But it's still haram. The feeling is haram. So any other sin of the heart? There are other sins of the heart, such as liking sins. It's an obligation to hate sins. Such as hating the companions. Hating all of the companions is blasphemy. Such as taking a saint as an enemy. That's haram. The Prophet ﷺ said that Allah said, so it's a hadith Qudsi, Man aada li waliyan faqad aadhantuhu bil harb. Anyone who takes a saint of mine as an enemy, then I declare war on him. And maybe some other sins of the heart that are slipping me at the moment without me taking my book out. Any question here?